Hi, Glow Getters. Welcome to the SD Collaborative. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Andrea. We are empowering estheticians one conversation at a time.
How was your weekend, girl?
My weekend was good. I started to work out. I'm doing some walks, didn't get back into the heavy lifting, but, had a busy work week and had some new clients that I kind of bonded with. So it was a pretty good week and weekend.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend? How was your week?
It was really good. Yeah. I had some few clients this week too, and then met up with my bestie last night. We went on a nice little walk around the lake. So it's nice to get out of the house and be a little active too.
No, that's
especially in the treatment room, right? Like we're sitting all the time and hunched over. So it feels good to get out and move.
No, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, Ashley, I was thinking we'll give the girlies the glow getters, some tips on business, like building, retaining clients, finding your niche, how to kind of keep things flowing for your business. So I feel like that would be a great topic to kind of touch on.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. This is a question that we get asked all the time, individually and together as the SD Collaborative.
Yes.
Is how can I build clients? How can I retain clients, keep them coming back for more? A lot of, I think, estheticians, especially coming straight out of school, are really discouraged when it comes to building a clientele and building their confidence in the treatment room. So hopefully talking about our experiences and offering some tips and tricks will help gain their confidence.
Yeah. So how do you typically build clients and keep that client retention?
Yeah. So I think pre-booking, as we know, is a huge, point in the treatment room as well, that you want to get them rebooked before they even leave. So that for me has worked really, really well. As far as building clients, maintaining clients, even during some of the slow times. Like the summer, we know that summer for estheticians can be super slow time, and everybody's out on vacation, having fun, doing other things, not spending their money on as much self-care. So yeah, the summer was a little bit slow, but having clients on series and keeping them posted on results, getting them excited about all the results that we're seeing really helped to kind of get me through that little dull moment. Yeah. How about you?
Well, like for me, when it comes to building clients, I think what people look for in, I guess, a skincare provider is results, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, when I was building my clientele, it was easy for me to like post the before and after. And once people see that transition and people see that change, they want to book with you. They want to have that end result, and I feel like it's important to have a niche, right?
Yeah.
And if you have your niche, you know exactly who's your target audience,
Yes.
And when I got out of aesthetic school, I struggled with that in the beginning, but then I quickly realized that people have a big concern when it comes to certain skin issues like acne, hyperpigmentation, anti-aging, and wrinkles. So I figured, like, what is it that I can relate to within that corrective scope that I could do to like clear my own skin to tell a client I've been there, you know what I mean? So that they're able to relate with the struggle that I go through, because I am also acne prone. So it just kind of led me to go the more route of corrective skincare, with like hyperpigmentation and acne, and kind of helping people kind of clear their skin in that area. So I think it's extremely important to have a niche, and find out what works for you, find out what works for your clients, find out what works for your demographics, and make sure that you are an expert at your niche before you call yourself an expert at your niche.
Yes.
So yeah. What about you? What's your niche?
I mean, that's a great point too. I think a lot of the times when we're in school, we're coming out wanting to do all the things. Maybe we don't know yet what our niche is. For me, it was very evident when I got out of school that, facials was my thing. Skincare, I would consider now my love language.
Yeah.
And advanced treatments too. So with us practicing in Florida right now, there's a lot of hyperpigmentation, aged skin from sun exposure. I even did all those bad habits when I was a teenager too, of the tanning beds and laying out in the sun with baby oil all over me. And that is
it was real ground.
It was a huge no-no. Yes, yes. And even back then, I mean, this is over 10 years ago now, but it wasn't really until I got into school that it kind of clicked that, okay, these things are not so healthy for you in the long run, you know? So I definitely have a lot of clients that were clearing hyperpigmentation, which we know how difficult that can be, and a journey. It's, you know, having the right tools, the right products, the right modalities, and setting those realistic expectations with your clients, which I know that we both
I was just
deal
about to
with.
say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, if you don't set like realistic expectations, you will disappoint your client.
Yeah.
You know, if you know for a fact that you can't clear their skin after 2 treatments, don't tell them it takes 2 or 3 treatments. If you haven't worked with their skin before and you don't know, like, just tell them, like, you know, everyone's skin is different. You know, it's going to vary depending on what you do at home, depending on how consistent you are with coming in to get facials, depending on what products you're using in your skincare regimen at home, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like to use the phrase under promise and over deliver.
I love
when
that.
it comes to setting expectations. Yeah, because it's just kind of like you are telling the client this can take some time, you know, to get to that endpoint that we're looking for. I mean, sometimes a year or so, you know, not just with in-office treatments, but then also what they're doing at home, like you said.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's, I think, a great way to, you know, set your clients up for success, set you up for success. So that way you're not stressed out. Your clients aren't stressed out. They're there along for the journey.
Yeah. And I think it's so important that you're confident in the treatment room, right?
Yeah.
I think it's important that you know exactly what you're talking about. If a client is specifically asking you, you know, how does a chemical peel work? You need to be able to tell them how a chemical peel works. Same as like microneedling or any other advanced treatment you may have. Like, be an expert in the treatments you offer so that the clients can have confidence that you will be able to help them with their skin concerns.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so important to have that confidence, because if you're not feeling confident, your client's going to feel that too.
Yeah.
And some people don't realize that, but the energy, it is transferable. Like, people understand that if you're not talking educated enough about the products that you're using, the treatments that you're offering, you know, if you don't have those amazing before and afters, which you have some amazing before and afters.
Thank you.
Yes. So, you know, all these things kind of contribute to building that trust in your clients before you even have your hands on them starting a series of treatments.
Yeah, like, don't let them hear the doubt in your voice, you know, be extremely confident about what you're talking about. And there is like so much information to retain when it comes to skincare. So it's okay to have a cheat sheet. It's okay to have something to kind of refer to if you're in the treatment room, you know, just to make sure that you're giving the client the right information and you're not filling them up with a bunch of like BS or the wrong stuff, you know?
Yeah. And if you don't know, I think it's okay to ask. Like, it's so funny. And again, why I just love us being in the same space, because you know how it is. Like, we have a client on the table and then we're like, oh, I need a second opinion on this, that, or the next. So, you know, I'm just like, hey, give me a second. Do you mind if I bring in my colleague to take a look? And I go get Drea. She'll pop over and give me her opinion. And our clients have been really receptive to that too.
Yeah,
So,
no, they really have.
Yeah.
There's been moments where I've even called you like, Ashley, what does this look like to you? Because it looks like rosacea, but then it also looks like melasma, and I'm not really sure. So I think it's really good to kind of get different viewpoints on what other people think when it comes to your clients, you know?
Yeah.
I also think it's important to continue to learn. I think continuing education is another way to elevate you and your business. You want to make sure that you're always learning, even if you've been in the industry forever. Like, you should always take training classes. Just last week, I went to Vegas for a training class, and I was only there literally for 24 hours because I really wanted to learn this new protocol. And not that I needed it, because I do have products and treatments and things that work, but I'm always trying to find ways to elevate. And I think that is so important, to make sure that you pour into yourself.
Yeah.
And that you are never too like, oh, I'm good, you know, I don't need it, to want to learn. You want to learn. You want to continue to learn.
Yeah,
so I encourage that.
Yeah, I think that's a vital part of being in our industry, honestly, because you know, we always have so many advancements, whether it's technology, whether it's science, our ingredients, how products are formulated. There's always so much to learn in our industry.
Yeah.
So, and with these availabilities of online virtual trainings, hands-on classes, trade shows that you can attend, all these conferences, there's really no excuse why we shouldn't be continuing to learn. But if you need any helpful resources, reach out to us. And the SD Collaborative has a really great list of some trainings that you can trust and, you know, some shows that you can go to, take free classes, get those CEU hours in, continuing education, and then you can go back to your treatment room with more confidence.
Yeah. And just to kind of piggyback off what she was saying and what I was saying, that you have to be able to offer a client, if you are going to be corrective skin, offer a client a service that will make a difference on their skin. You know, we even offer classes. We even love to help people. We even love to just put people in a position to win when it comes to corrective skincare. We even have a class coming. When's the class that we have coming?
Yeah, we have one on October 25th
Yes.
for dermaplaning and chemical peels.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a class where you get to work hands-on, you get to give and receive treatments so that you can truly understand how the treatment works, how it feels.
Yeah.
Anything that I offer in my treatment room, I'm sure you the same. Even the training that you just went and did, and you got the treatment for yourself.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, anything that I'm offering, I've done to myself. So
Yeah.
I can explain exactly the process to my clients. They know exactly what to expect. And we can also work that type of a treatment into whatever their lifestyle might be.
Yeah. Yeah. And another way to kind of elevate your business and put yourself out there is to do like outside of the box events, right?
Yeah.
Like I've done pop-up shops in the pop-up shops, right? Yeah, I've done those in the past. I've done big like events at like Altamont Springs. They have a Halloween fest, and I did an event out there. Even with the pop-up shop, I was so creative with it. I brought my massage table, my steamer, my towel warmer, and I'm in the corner offering quick little 30-minute facials, and everyone's walking over like, ew, what is this? Ooh, that looks relaxing. And that was a way that kind of helped me start my, you know, database of clients. And it just kind of happens like word of mouth. When people have a good experience with you, when people have the expectations met with you, they tell a friend, and that friend tell a friend, and it just spreads like nobody's business. So
yeah, I mean, word of mouth for me personally is huge in my business and how I gain new clients. So yeah, that definitely, I think it's for a lot of businesses too, because when somebody has a great experience, they want to share that. I mean, if they have a bad experience, unfortunately, we know they want to share that too. But
yeah,
you know,
but we don't. Yeah, we don't want.
But we're not getting bad experiences.
Yeah.
So you know, but yeah, I mean, they leave, they feel good, their skin is glowing, you know, and so they're telling all their friends and family, have to go check out this person, you know, that did this or that treatment, or you're getting compliments on your skin. Oh yeah, you need to go see my esthetician.
Yeah.
You know, but even the outside events are amazing. Something there that, like, especially a live demo to draw people in.
Oh, yeah.
They love getting a little sneak peek of what you have to offer.
Yeah.
And didn't you say you had like a slideshow there before and afters too?
Yes, with the event at Altamont, the Halloween Fest, I had like set up a TV monitor. I told them like I need to be by an outlet, and they had to move me because I had this whole vision of how I was going to do it. So I had a monitor, hooked it up to my laptop. I had all my before and afters just on a slideshow, like just going in a whole like motion, just back and forth. And
Nice.
people were walking by like, "Ooh, you see those wheels?" Everyone's pointing. Then I had a spinny wheel. They came over and spent the wheel. And the wheel had like 50% off, 20% off, free wax, free facial, just different things to kind of draw them in. And then I had an email list. I had like over 100 people sign up on that email list.
Wow.
And out of that email list, and you guys know how email lists can be, out of that, I ended up only retaining like 30 clients from that 100, which I still felt was good because that was 30 more than I had. And at that time, I was still very new and I didn't have that many clients. So that kind of really helped me, you know, elevate that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't know about you, but do you do any like email blasting to your clients?
I'm getting better at emails.
Okay.
I am. Honestly, I do more, I would say, of mass text to my clients.
It's one and the same.
Which, I mean, most of them are okay with. It's never something that I want to be like bothering people outside of office hours. But yeah, my ones that are good with it, if I have like a special or a new service or I need a model for a class coming up, then I go into that little group chat with my clients. And
I think that's good though, because I think texting and email blast are like one and the same. If you do both, cool. But we are in the times now where a lot of people don't even check their emails. Everyone's phone is in their hand. So if you get a quicker response from sending a text blast, then do the text blast. You know, at the end of the day, you're still finding ways to grab your client's attention.
Yeah.
Offer them a quick little special. to get them to book, especially in your slower seasons. That's the best way to go. I will like call my assistant and say, hey, send an email blast out, offer the people that are on the email blast like 20% off if they book this month. And people actually book because people love discounts, and I love to give them, you know, because I love to see my clients. I hate when I make progress on someone's skin and they can't come because it's just not in their budget. So if I can offer them a little bit of a discount to get them in there to keep those results going, I'm going to do that. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's okay to sometimes customize your policies, your procedures, you know, how you're reaching out to clients, offering them those discounts to keep them on that series, especially when you made such great progress, because that's going to contribute to your bigger portfolio in the end, you know? So yeah, and you want them to understand that it's the consistency and all that, you know, so we're holding them accountable, giving them little gifts, you know, along the way, whether it's take-home products, samples of something, you know, a discount off of a service. So yeah, that's a great way to keep people coming back into.
Yeah, I definitely had some struggles though, in the beginning. When like real struggles, y'all, like it was a struggle. I don't know if any of you had a business during COVID. I know you did, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all remember how bad it was? It was bad. Okay. It was like, what do you mean we can't work? Like, what are we supposed to do? I just quit my full-time corporate job. I'm focusing on my business full-time, and then you tell me that I can't work. In that moment, I thought that my business was like over. I didn't know what to do. In that month and a half of not working, I did try to find like other jobs, but it's like, I don't know, everyone was freaked out about COVID. Nobody was hiring, like nothing in, you know, I was just like, oh my God, calling my mom, like, Mom, can you give me some money for groceries, please? You know, and she was always so gracious to help, you know, and she's like, yeah, baby, whatever you need. And it's like, oh my God, I love you. So she helped me out a lot, but I had to really come up with a plan. So I started to sell products online. I started to say, hey, if you need an acne product, you need this kit. If you have issues with hyperpigmentation, you need this skincare kit. So I would ship them products from SkinScript, and I was making a little money, and I was like, okay, this is good. But then I also, in that moment, found the importance of Facebook groups. Facebook groups are, I don't know, like a lot of people think Facebook is dead, but those Facebook groups is where we connect with a lot of estheticians. You know, and during that time of COVID, I, again, wasn't working for a whole month and a half. So I jumped into a Facebook group that I seen was promoting like all of these different businesses in Orlando. So I posted like my before and afters, and everyone's like inquiring like, where are you located? Who are you? And I'm like, I'm this, I'm that. I'm located here, baby. Come book with me when we open back up, you know? And I, when we opened back up, I ended up gaining 167 new clients. 167 new clients in a month. It kind of blew me away. And then from there, as I said, once you give people results, that word of mouth just spreads like wildfire. And I was just booked. You know, and it's just been it's been a blessing for sure.
So it started off as a struggle and turned into a blessing.
It really did. It really did. You know, and I'm just so thankful and grateful that, you know, for the opportunities and the doors that opened up from that. That's what really pushed me to open up my spa now. Because the clientele was good and the money was coming in pretty decent at that time. So I'm like, I need to expand. Like, I don't want to just sit. I want to expand and create a space where women can kind of come and work together.
And thus Luminous was born.
That's when Luminous Wax and Aesthetics was officially born.
I mean, I think it's so important too, as you mentioned, to put yourself out there, because a lot of people are nervous to put themselves out there, you know, we're maybe afraid to share your work. Even though you look at your before and afters, you see how amazing they are. You're so proud of yourself and your client for all the work that you've put in. But we still have this, you know, fear, some of us, of being judged. I mean, I'm definitely one of those people too. You know, I find myself overthinking things too much, or, you know, but really, I also agree that all great opportunities that have come to me in my career have been because I've put myself out there. You know, and
for sure.
Kind of just said, okay, like I'm going to put it out there and see what happens. And then once something starts to do really well, then you get more excited about it, and it kind of builds this anticipation like, okay, people are getting interested. They're excited about this. So social media is huge, whether you're, through local Facebook groups, whether it's through Instagram, now TikTok, of course, we know during COVID, TikTok kind of blew up too. Now we're all always on TikTok, and that's a great place to, again, to showcase your work, showcase what you have to offer. Instagram should essentially be your portfolio of work. So if a client goes there, they can see your portfolio, they can see a video about you, a little introduction, they can see your face so they know who you are before they even come into your treatment studio.
No, for sure.
So I think putting yourself out there is definitely a non-negotiable when it comes to gaining clients.
Yeah. And that's why she's like the queen, of being in Facebook groups. Ashley be in everybody comments. I'd be like, damn, Ashley, you didn't even give me a chance to respond. Ashley be on it. And she is so big on Facebook groups. Like, she's always sending me Facebook groups to join. And I think it's so, like, again, Facebook is not dead. Like, that is a great place to network, because this girl be on it. Like, she's like, okay, there was this Facebook group. Oh, I found out this. Someone is having an event. And we really network with a lot of people just from Facebook, which led us to start our Facebook group.
That's how the SD Collaborative started, really, once we kind of came up with this idea and this mission that we wanted to have. And the first thing we did was created a Facebook group, because we're thinking, okay, this is going to be a hub for all the SDs to come together, drop their struggles, drop their successes, vent, learn about new things. So, and just have that safe space where you don't feel judged or that any question is a silly question.
No, for sure.
Facebook is definitely still popping. If you are in the right groups and and the thing too is, like, we know algorithm, it's a real thing.
It really is.
The more that you are engaging with these posts, the more I see them, the more that they're going to come up first, that somebody's looking for a sponsor for a local event, or, whatever you're using it for in that moment. But Facebook, Instagram, and you don't necessarily have to do them all. I mean, I think a little bit of presence on every platform is a good idea, because you have those people that are just dedicated to those spaces.
Sure.
But just, if don't feel overwhelmed with it. Just start with one thing, kind of build that platform, and then start sharing through other platforms, because that's going to gain a new audience on another platform.
At our last event, we had a wine and shine skincare social. It was so cute. Shout out to all the girlies that came, the glow getters that got their swag bags. There was a lot of feedback from some of the estheticians that's been in the industry a little bit longer, that were maybe not so Gen Z, that find social media as a struggle. And I understand that, but I also know that social media plays a vital part in the success of your business. You got to show up. You got to put the content. They want to see your face. They want to know that you're educated. They want to know that you can actually do the work that you're talking about. And what's so great about social media is there's so many people that are out there that can actually do the work for you. You pay for the convenience, and if you can't do it yourself, try to see if you can find someone that's within your price range to help you with social media, because that is very important in today's day and age when it comes to how to get clients' attention. I had a client today that started one of my top treatments, and I asked her, well, how did you find me? She said, I was going to go to a dermatologist on Monday, and I happened to just be looking on Instagram, and I seen your page. So I was like, well, let me go to you instead. And I was like, that's right, because they ain't going to do nothing but put you on antibiotics and give you some clindamycin. And tell you that you should be good, when we know that that's not true. But I love when clients tell me that, because that means, like, damn, social media is working. It works, because that's where 100% of my clients come from.
I mean, you are great on social media. You're always making funny videos, putting yourself out there. If you guys need an example of how to show up on social media, check out Luminous Wax and Aesthetics.
And I'll do too much, because sometimes I feel like I be doing too much. But that's just my personality,
No. You're not doing too much.
Okay.
You're not doing too much.
That's good.
And it's good to show your personality. That gains trust in people. Like, it's just like how we have people that we admire on social media. I'd love to meet them in person one day, or they seem like they'd be cool to hang out with. Let me get a treatment from them. They're setting the right space, the right vibe. sneak peeks into your treatment room. Yeah. I personally like to know what I'm walking into before I walk into it. Yeah, so, having that presence it really does make a difference. It keeps you booked and busy when you're showing up constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think we hit the most basic points of how to keep yourself relevant and get those clients, Yeah. And I do want to kind of just go back to when Ashley was saying client retention, like get those clients rebooked before they leave the room. And one thing that I do is like, I can look at someone's skin and say, you know what? Today we're doing a signature facial, but the next time you come, I would really love to do a microneedling on you. Microneedling is going to help with XYZ. And this is why I want to do it, because it will really target your concerns. Yeah. If you say it the right way, they're more inclined to rebook with you right there in the moment because they trust you. So know your stuff, y'all. Know your stuff, glow getters.
Yes, yes. And again, take continuing education, keep learning within the industry. Even if you have your niche, just really focus on that. Offer the best clients experience, which we should do another episode just on client experience.
We really should.
How to make that special.
You get a really good client experience. You go get a facial from Ashley, you get vitamin C shots and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I do a lot. I do the most, but it's from my experience in other spas and like working at places like the Ritz-Carlton. Yeah. I mean, you're bound to pick up tips and tricks. Go get treatments from other people. Treat yourself.
Absolutely.
Treat with your esties. Like, these are things that kind of help us, like, oh, I do like this or I don't like that, or maybe I tweak a little something different to make it my own, for my clients. Yeah. So, yeah, just keep getting out there, putting yourself out there, experiencing these things, and opportunities will come to you. Yeah. And the clients will come too.
Absolutely. I agree. Girl, you really gave some really good tips. I hope the glow getters had their pen and papers writing down all the gems that was dropped today. It was a really good conversation. I even enjoyed it. I felt like I learned something new.
Yeah. I mean, you walk away almost feeling so inspired all over again, having conversations like this, which is why it's so important for us to bring these conversations to you. Yeah. So hopefully it helped. And we would love to hear about your own success stories on building and gaining clients. So if you want to head over to our Instagram at the SD Collaborative and send us your thoughts, we'd love to share them too.
Absolutely. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a follow on Instagram so that you can see more content and collab with the SD Collaborative.
Yeah. Until next time, stay glowy.